Aita for kicking my husband out of the house after he sold my cat. My husband and I have been together for 2 years. We had a beautiful cat named Molly whom he did not have any issues with until recently. Last week he kept complaining about how the cat was annoying him and how her meowing was distracting him from working. I replied to his complaints asking why he was just bringing it up now when we've had the cat for a year now. He went off. He started yelling about how he put up with the cat because he loved me and that he couldn't bear to break it to me that he hated cats. I felt betrayed and angry since he wasn't honest with me from the start. The night ended with him apologizing and telling me that he really didn't want the cat, and so I agreed to give Molly to my cousins as I knew they would take great care of her. They live a few minutes away, so it would give me a good opportunity to visit her frequently. He seemed on board, and I trusted him. The next morning Molly was gone. I originally thought she had escaped or ran away until my husband told me that he sold her. I was distraught. He sold her to a random person on Gumtree without doing proper background checks and forms. I was furious and kicked him out. He's now texting me, calling me stupid for kicking him out and that he didn't deserve any of this. Aita. Update. I think Molly has been found. I was contacting shelters near me and asking friends to be on the lookout. One of my mutual friends works at an animal shelter and confirmed receiving a multicolored Scottish fold yesterday. I think we've done it. Fingers crossed. I'm going tomorrow. Thank you to everyone for their kind words and support. As for my ex-husband, I've filed for a divorce. I can't speak of it freely on the internet for obvious reasons, but he's never coming back into my life. Thank you again. Words cannot express how grateful I am. NTA. Go claim your cat back. He had no right selling something that belonged to you. Take it to small claims if you have to. And don't let your husband back in, ever. If someone is capable of doing this, knowing how much they will hurt you, who knows what else they might do. If her name is the only one on the cat's records, she may be able to report the cat as stolen. NTA dude, if my husband sold my cat after I already set up a place for the cat to go and also complained, I'm going to jail because that's extremely cruel, not only to the human, but the cat itself. NTA, he's lucky all you did was kick him out. Sell his stuff while you're at it until he gets your cat back, then when he does, divorce him. What a garbage piece of shit he is. NTA, but your husband is. Who does that? You need to find the Gumtree account, contact the person and tell them the cat is yours and was stolen. Get the police involved if you need to. Keep the kitty and get rid of the horrible husband. 25 plus years later it still haunts me that an ex probably did this to his own dog who adored him. He said that the dog ran away. This is not normal human behavior. Utterly without empathy or kindness. People who buy small pets this way sometimes don't want them for good reasons. It's not always the case obviously, but please try to get him back. My mom did this with the littermate to my dog, many years he long passed of old age. She bought my golden child kid brother a dog just because I, a grown-up then, was getting one. She drove me to the pickup and couldn't help herself I guess. He never wanted a dog. She ended up caring for it. She shut it up in the basement. She let it pee and poop on the carpet there. No walks. Just a dried mess of poop at the top of the stairs where the dog waited to be taken out. She called me angrily in a different state, saying that no one wants the dog and it is grossing up her basement and if I wanted it, I needed to agree to take it. Surprise to her, I did. Within 24 hours I got my roommate and landlord to okay another dog. I call my mom back and that witch had already given the dog away. Possibly weeks ago. She sounded surprised and angry. Was probably hoping to secretly give away the dog and blame me for cold-heartedly not taking a second dog. Poor dog was probably better off anyway. I found baby pics of my dog with his brother recently and confirmed how I should stay with my awful mother. You agreed to rehome Molly and then he sold her. This isn't about Molly. I'm not sure what it really is about, but it's clear to me that he doesn't want you to have contact with a pet, and I'm insufficiently cynical this evening to guess at the motivation required behind that. It's not about Molly. If it were, your solution would have been admirable. Dig deeper before you let him come home. NTA. Aita for wearing a sage green dress for a wedding? Edit. I posted the messages and the dress on my profile edit too. It was 32 degrees centigrade in an open area. Everyone was wearing short-sleeve, strapless and spaghetti strap. I recently attended a wedding, and now the bride has been accusing me of destroying her big day. I am 17 years old, and the wedding it's from my dad's friend daughter. One of her demands was for girls to be modest, simple color, and makeup. The request was okay to me because it was her event. The big day came and I wore a satin sage dress, which is beautiful, but still modest, and for the makeup, it was just some shimmery eyeshadow with some transparent gloss. During the wedding, the bride's mom suddenly asked to talk to me alone, which was weird, since she should have been talking to my dad instead. She brought me to the bride's dressing room and it was awkward. The bride started to berate me for wearing the dress, saying I'm too flashy, I'm stealing her spotlight, and gave me the alternative to leave the wedding or wear a black dress who's double my size and remove my makeup. I refused because the outfit the bride wanted me to wear would have been too bothersome for me to be pulling the dress all the time, plus my parents would be asking about my original dress. The bride started crying, and I told my parents everything she demanded, then they got angry at her. Because of it, they said they're not going to give any wedding money to her, which led to a fight between my dad and his friend. Today the bride sent me hateful messages saying I ruined her wedding. Aita. I had to look up sage green, expecting it to be like a super flashy jewel green color. It's like old lettuce color. How can a color be more simple? I just don't see the problem. Sounds like she was just jealous that you looked nice in her proximity. NTA. Sage green is not flashy. But regardless, it is time to put an end to this bizarre custom of requesting that guests appear drab to emphasize the bride. That's toxic and ridiculous. If the bride needs this to feel good about herself, she needs more help than a bunch of willing victims in their ash gray ensembles and unvarnished faces can give. It's not a reasonable ask. It sets the wedding up for conflict and drama. Rather than showcasing the couple's love and commitment, it showcases the bride's pettiness and insecurity. NTA. Ugh. She ruined her own wedding. I get that even people who lack basic social skills get married, but FFS, were there no relatives to guide this Bridezilla? Guests are not minions. NTA. If a teenager wearing a nice dress can ruin her wedding, then she deserves it to be ruined. What an absolutely bizarre reaction from her. God knows what she was thinking. You laugh, but it's true. I have a daughter your age who is very conventionally attractive and tends to draw attention even dressed down. She just turned down her 4th homecoming proposal yesterday. She has gotten dress coded at school wearing the same clothes as other girls. But because of her body, frankly, she drew the attention of a female teacher. The dress you posted is very form-fitting. The figure underneath it could transform it from unassuming to va-va-voom. From the bride's reaction, I'm guessing it was the latter. Advantages in life are often double-edged. You are getting the negative aspects of pretty privilege. Some people will resent you for being more attractive than they. You didn't do anything wrong. Ceylon. NTA. People are getting too carried away with these ridiculous requests and rude behavior at weddings. Just one more reason why weddings suck. It's not your fault that Bridezilla is insecure. Aita, for refusing to give my boyfriend a copy of the key to my deceased friend's place. My F27 friend of 15 years, Aaron M30, passed away a few weeks ago. He wasn't married nor had a family. I'm the one responsible for his belongings and his apartment. I keep the key with me to visit the apartment every weekend to check on it. My boyfriend noticed and asked to have a copy of the key to the apartment. I was utterly confused by his request. I asked what for, since he and Aaron weren't even that close, given that he and I've been dating for 6 months. He got offended and accused me of gatekeeping Aaron's memory. I said I was sorry, but Aaron's apartment has valuable stuff that I cannot risk missing, and besides, what business could he possibly have there? He got offended and accused me of implying that he's untrustworthy and a thief. I tried to cut the argument, but he kept going on about how I hurt his feelings and showed an incredible amount of distrust towards him. He went home, but the texting kept going. He's insisting, saying if I trust and I gotta let him have a copy of the key. Aita, for not giving it to him, or am I being unreasonable, paranoid? Trust your instincts. Do not give him a copy of the key and don't leave it where he can access it. This is a major red flag, and it's time to reevaluate your relationship. He's gaslighting you about your friend who died to access his things. This is not a good guy. I second this. Like, what does he want in that apartment? Why the weird attitude? You just lost your best friend. He should be helping you through this, not pushing you to do something you don't want to do. Ditch the loser. NTA. And now we get to accuse your boyfriend of gaslighting. You knew this friend for 15 years. Your boyfriend of 6 months has absolutely no reason to be in this person's home, with or without you, unless you want him there. He asked because he wants to steal things, throw a party, bring chicks there, or simply to test the limits with you. Do not give him a copy of the key and keep the one you have secured. It's not about trust. I can be trusted not to steal from a bank vault, but it doesn't mean I need a key to the thing. I know it may be a hassle, but I'd even be setting up a camera there until you're done dealing with it. NTA and maybe don't have this boyfriend anymore. NTA only explanations are 1. He's going to steal stuff too. Aaron has dirt on him. 3. He thinks there was something between you and Aaron and wants to snoop. 4. You're exiting the honeymoon phase, and he's showing his true colors as an abuser. 5. He's looking for a place to carry out illegal activity or other activities he wants to hide from you. Edit. People are saying he wants a place to take his affair partners. 6. He wants to steal Aaron's identity for fraud. Edit. 7. He wants to move in a friend or family member for cheap free housing. All of which are reasons to drop him and secure the place. What? He's known Aaron around 6 mo. You've known him 15 years. Your BF has no business with a spare key. I'd be pissed if someone I wasn't close with had free reign to my house and my stuff, deceased or not. NTA. Protect your friend's stuff. And keep that key safe. If it's such a big deal, never rule out the possibility of him stealing it and make his own copy.